Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Diplomatic Enclave. I'm your host, Umar Khalid Butt. Today, we've got a very important issue that we're going to talk about, for which we've invited experts from different countries who are here on a training workshop that is being held under the premises of one of the branches of the OIC that has its headquarters in Pakistan. I'm talking about the topic that is nuclear energy and how it can be used for socio-economic purposes. Now, nuclear energy is being used all over the world, as far in the energy field, in other fields, in the medicine field, in the agriculture field. But how can Pakistan benefit from all of that? How are different other countries benefiting from that? We've got a very eminent panel of guests today to talk about that. Let me introduce them to you one by one. On my very right is Mr. Abdulghani Shakhashiro. You're a program manager for the IAEA. Next to him is Dr. Shoukat Hameed Khan. You're the coordinator general for COMSTECH. After Dr. Shoukat Hameed Khan is our guest from Jordan, Dr. Sukiena Jarrar. Thank you very much, ma'am, to have joined us. And last but not the least is our guest from Malaysia, Dr. Shaffi bin Khamis. Thank you very much, Dr. Saab, to have also joined us today on this program. Now, let's start with you. You're the expert from this Atomic Energy Agency, Mr. Abdulghani Shakhashiro. How important is nuclear energy for the world in different fields of development?
Actually, I'm representing the Technical Cooperation Department of the International Atomic Energy Agency based in Vienna, Austria.
All right.
As it is well known, the mandate of the International Atomic Energy Agency is to enlarge and promote the use of nuclear technology to achieve socio-economic impact and for prosperity and for health all over the world. The IAEA provides assistance to its 168 member states in order to use nuclear technology in various fields of activities such as agriculture, medicine, industrial applications, water resources, and many other applications such as non-destructive testing, etc. So the application of nuclear technology, it's not only useful for electrical power generation, but also it can be used, for example, for water desalination. It can be used, for example, for improving crops. It can be used, many nuclear techniques can be used for proper management of water resources. The scarcity of water resources in many countries leads to the application of these advanced technologies for better management of these water resources and for searching for new resources of water also. Nuclear technology can be used also for water desertification, for sterilization of water, for example, used water. So it can be reused in agriculture. So there are many applications where nuclear technology complement in some cases, and in other cases it is superior to other techniques where it is more economic, cleaner, and also it can provide the economic rentability which is needed in many countries to achieve the socio-economic impact and to achieve the level of prosperity we are looking for.
I think it's very important, the economic perspective as well as the socio-economic perspective, because for any country, for its development, whether it be a developing country or a developed country, it's very important for its progress and prosperity, and this is where nuclear energy comes in. Dr. Shoukat, where does COMSTECH come in all of this?
COMSTECH is the OIC Standing Committee on Scientific and Technological Cooperation, and our mandate is to help build the collective capacities, capabilities in the OIC countries, to share knowledge, exchange people, and help promote science and technology in the wider context of education and skills and so on.
All right.
So this is why this workshop is being held within those parameters, that we think, yes, nuclear techniques have a role to play. There are many countries aspiring, planning, or actually involved straight away in not just in nuclear techniques, but even planning for nuclear power. And we thought that Pakistan, being the OIC country with the longest experience of using nuclear techniques, would be an appropriate place for our guests from 9 countries who are with us, and apart from the IAE experts, and there's 2 of them, to see how this can be used specifically in agriculture, medicine, non-destructive testing, and of course the limitations in each field.
All right.
And so all this is the whole purpose.
All right.
And there will also be visits to specific laboratories so people can see what's going on here.
All right.
And
Dr. Shoukat, is this the first time that such a workshop is being held in any other country apart from Pakistan?
In the COMSTECH umbrella, this is the first time it's being held. But the atomic energy, we are holding this workshop, by the way, in collaboration with the IAEA,
All right.
for which we are grateful for the experts to be with us, the Atomic Energy Commission, and the Pakistan Nuclear Regulatory Authority, which controls the safety aspects of nuclear radiation. So the first time it's being held here. But the PNRA, the Nuclear Regulatory Authority, and the Atomic Energy have long-term collaboration with the IAEA to help, other countries, exchange of experts. We benefit from other countries' experts. Our experts go to other countries from Pakistan. So this is is an ongoing process.
It's a collaborative
It's a
effort
collaborative
between agencies, and this is to, of course, help promote progress in different fields, these different countries that participate in it. Dr. Sukiena, now coming all the way from Jordan, is this your first visit to Pakistan?
Yeah, this is the first time I came to Pakistan.
All right. And do you feel kind of the same? Is it kind of different being in Pakistan than being in
No,
Jordan?
it doesn't look that much different because the people are hospitality and they are kind people, and also it looks that the culture, it little looks to Jordan. Maybe because of the Islamic root, so they are little similar to each other.
All
but
right.
It's very nice country.
All right. And it's such a feeling of pride to see a woman head of a department of a nuclear agency coming here and talking to different other countries of the world as under the umbrella of the OIC, and talking about nuclear energy and how it can be used for improving the socio-economic state of any country. Now, how does it happen in your country, that is Jordan? How have you implemented these steps?
More than 20 years old, we start working with the cooperation of IEA to start the nuclear energy in Jordan. First, we start with the medicine, diagnostic, and as Dr. Shakhashiro said, there is scarcity of water in Jordan. We don't have sources for water, so we start for those projects related to water treatment, water salination of water, and then after that, in 2001, we implemented and we instructed the nuclear energy as a commission. First, we start with the gamma radiator for multi-purpose for sterilization of medical products, and we start establishment laboratories for environment monitoring, like gamma spectroscopy labs, radiochemistry labs, and also alpha spectroscopy. After that, I will say in 2008, we established the Jordan Atomic Energy Commission for 2 main tasks. They are very important tasks. The first one is to establish the nuclear power plant for getting electricity. So we are going to build a nuclear power reactor. And the other one for research reactor. Actually, we already established this research reactor, GTR, in Jordan. It was located in one of the universities, Just University. And in the meantime, we make a new project for the student to study. It's the Faculty of Nuclear Engineering.
All right.
Yeah, so this nuclear engineering will graduate around 51 each year. From the new generation. So we will use these people to work in the nuclear power plant and in the research reactor also.
All right.
This is our project. And the main task, the second task, is to explore uranium, because Jordan have God gave us this source in Jordan, and so we start exploring the uranium before 4 years ago, and now we start to extract it.
All right.
This is according to the nuclear energy for the economy, because I said that we don't have water. Also, we didn't have sources of electricity.
All
We
right.
just export gas from Egypt, and also we export oil from Iraq and from Saudi Arabia, and you know, according to the day starts coming in the world. So now we need to pay for our petrol before we take it from Iraq without any money, because we are neighbor and we share and cooperate in many industrial projects. But now we should buy.
All right.
Buy it.
All right. I think it's,
Okay.
it's interesting, and we'll come back to you on that, on different uses that have been happening in your country. Now, Dr. Shaffi, Malaysia is also part of all of this. Nuclear energy is being used in different fields. What are the specific fields that have really helped your society improve itself?
Okay. We Malaysia started this program way back in 1972. However, our first reactor being commissioned in 1983. Since then, we have been doing quite a good progress in this area, mainly for medical, agriculture, and industry. These are the main three things that we are focusing on. So, for example, in medical, when we first started this program, it was in 1982, there were only 2 centers of nuclear medicine throughout the whole Malaysia. Until now, we have 18 medical centers, and not only we have gamma camera, but we also have PETs, and also we have cyclotron.
All right.
So these are the. And I think on the agriculture part, we have done quite remarkable, because we just got some award from the IEA on the plant mutation breeding. So, and furthermore, we have managed to improve certain crop, especially rice, which is our staple food, using nuclear technology. And in the industry part, we are into the non-destructive testing. So then again, we help the industry in doing this using iridium-192 irradiation source. Yeah.
All right. So these different processes, the nuclear energy does help in improving the state of economy or the state in which the countries are. I've seen the example of Jordan, as Dr. Saba has said, and then you also say. Now, the OIC member states, there are 57 of them. And how do they coordinate in a positive use of nuclear energy for the socio-economic development? Who would like to answer that question?
I think this is OEC.
Okay, Dr. Shoukat.
There is no, let's say, organized manner in which this is done. This is just part of a wider canvas. And I think this is the first time COMSTECH has organized an OIC-wide, let's say, training program. And we hope it will take on from there. And other countries will also then offer these. Malaysia has an excellent activities, Jordan, very good, Egypt, Turkey, and also the Gulf countries, you know. So we hope that this will take off from there. But the biggest problem in the OIC countries is the absence of manpower.
All right.
And this is where maybe Pakistan or Malaysia can contribute or help, because we also faced an acute shortage, especially after some embargoes and sanctions on us in the past. So we built our own manpower for peaceful uses. And they run all our organizations, the nuclear power, for example, agriculture and medicine and so on. And as said by my colleagues, the socio-economic benefit, something people, I did a little exercise. Economic impact has been quite enormous. For example, do you know that 80% of all cancer patients in Pakistan, 80%, are treated in 18 nuclear medical centers of the atomic energy?
The first of which was created in 1960 in Karachi.
There you are. And then we have 4 agricultural research centers, and 40% of the wheat seed at the moment in Sindh is from the agricultural research center Tandojam, you know, plus cotton, the story of cotton, Nayab 78, then later versions. The yield of cotton every year went up from 3 million bales to 15. This was a bad year because the rains came at a very wrong time, so damage to the crops. So these are small examples. And if you just look at the example of cotton, for example, take the case of cotton, just the increase in yield, exports, local industry has paid for the entire, let's say, nuclear power program or research, you know, many times over. So it has a very major, you know, economic feedback.
All right.
But this feedback, I may say, you should see it in the part of the wider 21st century context.
And what do you mean by that wider?
There is a new relationship building up between science and society. Things have changed. For example, when did you last write a letter to your mother? You know, so the way we talk, the way we work, the way we communicate with each other, the way we enjoy ourselves, the whole world has changed. So science and technology has created problems. It's also giving solutions.
Has globalization kind of helped in that as well?
Globalization is inevitable. So there are certain imperatives we have to live with them. But let's look at medicine, for example. Cancer treatment, people would die. You know, no hope. But now people recover. A lot of, you know, let's say people who do well come back. This is one example. Our friend from IAEA, the expert, has mentioned water, underground aquifers. And isotope hydrology is a very important tool. You know, short-lived isotope. For example, many years ago, we came to know that Dr. Usmani was our chairman at that time, that the Karachi harbour is dredging the harbour to get rid of the sediment. So just dredging everywhere. So we intervened with them, the atomic energy, put in some short-lived isotopes, and we traced the movement because of the waves and the wind and so on. We said, look, this is where you need to dredge, not anywhere else. Same happened to the Shalimar Gardens, for example. They were to
Yes, this is one thing that I wanted to ask you about, because a lot of people do not know about the Shalimar Gardens.
Back, I think, they were going to rip it up because some summit was taking place, a big event in the garden, and the fountains weren't working. So they're going to break them up. So we said, look, let's have a look. So we put in some short-lived isotopes into the water, which is a technique I think the IAEA promotes very strongly. And we found out where the particular pipes were choked, dug them up, beautiful ceramic pipes, lead seals and so on, and without destroying them, just clean them up where they were clogged and choked and put them back. So very happy about that.
Exactly. So many advantages of nuclear energy that could be used in different fields to improve the socio-economic
Sorry
state.
to cut in. You talked about OIC context.
Yes.
Just things happen by chance, because if you come to know of a problem, and I'd like to relate an example in Sudan. They had an accelerator for medical therapy in their cancer hospitals.
All right.
It went bad, and the supplier company was going to charge a lot of money.
All right.
We had a similar one at Nori in Islamabad, our oncology center here, run by the Atomic Energy. So when we came to know, and we got the information from the IAEA that, look, can you help? So a few hours of video conferencing, and their equipment is up and running.
So you see,
And no
cooperation
cost.
helps.
Cooperation
Helps and it proves.
Science is free, knowledge is free, technology is not.
At least something is free. Well, Mr. Shakhashiro, how important is the role of the IAEA in the capacity building of countries such as the OIC, now that they're doing this workshop in collaboration with your organization, in improving the socio-economic state of any country?
Thank you for the question. Actually, the 168 member state mandated to the IEA the